Alright guys, so we're back with BeerdVape after I don't know how many months now. Been extremely busy building boxes, working, living, so if you know anybody that wants an e-cig box, unregulated, let me know. But for this episode, we've got some very awesome items here. So we're going to start out with a beer, like we always do. So I have Dragon's Milk by New Holland Brewing. This is actually located in Holland, Michigan. So this beer is one of their high gravity series. It's 11% alcohol. Super tasty. It might not be for the faint of heart whenever it comes to high gravity, so whenever you first take a sip, you're going to get hit in the face with that kind of alcohol taste, but you kind of just, your tongue gets used to it, right? So I'll take a sip and then I'll give you some thoughts on the taste. Yeah, so like I was saying, that alcohol taste, you kind of smell it first, you know, like with anything that you drink. That's why you end up smelling like hops first and everything. But with this, not hoppy at all. It's actually very malty. You get that alcohol taste first, like I said, but then you also get kind of the oak barrel that it's aged in. You get a very strong taste on that. So if you're not a fan of oak, you might not want to recommend this. But then after the oak, you get the malts, the sweetness, and the sweetness is kind of what lingers on your palate. But no, it's extremely delicious. New Holland, keep that up. It's actually one of my go-tos if I'm wanting something to sip on that's more high gravity. So moving on to the beard oil. This has actually been used a lot, as you can probably tell from the video. It's Simply Great beard oil. This stuff I use on a daily basis, and I've been using it for a long time. I don't know if you can see, I haven't really used a whole lot of the bottle, but I've been using it for almost a year now. So it lasts a really long time. Totally worth the money. This is actually the Sandalwood scented flavor. No, Sandalwood scent. And you know, every time that I use it, the girlfriend's just like, yeah, your beard's amazing. So, fellas, if you're wanting the ladies and you have a beard, use some of this Simply Great Sandalwood. It'll definitely get some attention. So now moving on to the vape portion of this, which is, I guess you could say, is what I'm most knowledgeable on. I'm actually going to review the Smok XPro M80. This little box is quite amazing, honestly. I know there's been some qualms with their older boxes, like the M50s and I think they had an M30. In my opinion, I think that those boxes, the problem with them was that they had removable batteries. There were a lot of videos out there showing that whenever you remove the batteries and replace them from the bottom here, that there was a lot of sparking issues going on. And when you have sparking with electronics, it's not the best of things to have, right? So I think that was actually shorting out boards extremely quick. It was just putting such a load on them. This one does not have a removable battery. It's a 4400 milliamp hour internal LiPo battery. It has the charge port on the bottom, so it actually has pass-through charging, so you can actually use this while vaping, or you can charge it while using it while vaping. It goes from 6 watts to 80 watts, which is quite an amazing range on these little boxes like this. I've actually got it set right now to 70 watts. It'll say your ohms, your voltage is going to the coil, and your wattage, obviously, because you're going to adjust that. So right now I've got a 0.89 ohm single coil on this with 24 gauge Canthal. I actually had to bump it down to 70 because 80 watts was too much. It was even more than my series box here, because that'll put out at 8.4 volts on a full charge, and this was actually putting out at about 8.7. If I hold this down, it's putting out at about 8 volts. Let's give this a hit. Fantastic performance. This one is actually one of the newer boxes. It's on firmware version 7. I know a lot of people with the version 5 and 6, they reported a lot of problems with mostly the temperature control and with the board actually just failing on them. This is the one with the most updated board. It's been working great. I've had it for about a month now, and whatever I put on it, a tank, put this dripper on there, it's actually leaking, over dripped a little, but no, everything that I've put on it has worked flawlessly. I would highly recommend this box. I haven't used the temperature control feature on this just yet because I'm a little afraid, because this doesn't use temperature control in the normal sense of vaping. So it doesn't actually read the resistance actively and adjust wattage that way. It has kind of a table that it follows, saying that at a certain resistance with a certain temperature setting, then it'll adjust the wattage up to a certain point and then ramp it back down just to kind of keep the coil cool. So I've been a little afraid to do that, but for you guys, I'm actually going to swap it out with a nickel build that I just built on a Vapor Shark. So I'm going to give this a little bit of a try. If I die, please tell my girlfriend I love her. But I've got a 12 wrap 28 gauge nickel coil build on this Derringer, and it's been working amazingly on here. So one thing, you have to actually set this into temperature mode, if I can get that to go. So you can actually use temperature mode on Canthal, on nickel, on anything. I've got it set up a little bit high, so I've got it set at 500 degrees because I was using it on Canthal, so it was requiring a little bit more power to it. I'm going to set it down to about 420, and then let it go, and we'll ramp it down to, let's say 20 watts, no 20, well, let's do 30. 30 sounds about right. That's what I have it set to on my Vapor Shark. So, inaugural hit on this with nickel wire. Alright, let's try it. It's actually not bad. It only goes up to about 30 watts, so it'll go up to 30 watts and kind of maintain it and start dropping it back down, and start dropping back down to about 25 watts after that. Yeah, 26, 25. Yeah, so not bad. So I would say that even if you want to use a nickel build on this, it'll go down to a 0.1 ohm build, so that's kind of going along the lines of the nickel wire resistance, because nickel wire has much less resistance. Take another hit. Works almost just like the Vapor Shark, really. But yeah, so really awesome box. If you're in North Carolina and you don't already follow them, be sure to follow the NC Right to Vape Association. They're actually fighting for us vapors at the government level. They've hired a, what do you call those, a lobbyist, that's the word. They hired a lobbyist, and these guys are fighting for our rights to vape. follow them on Facebook, and you know, come out to some of the meetings if you're in the Raleigh area. Everything that they do is amazing. So all the proceeds for raffles and anything that you donate, it goes straight to paying the lobbyist, and you know, he's doing all the work for us. So be sure to follow them. Be sure to like, share, comment this video. I know that I haven't been keeping up to date with this, but I'm hoping that that'll change in the near future. Just been so busy, but it seems like there's a little bit of a lag period now in the busyness, so I'm hoping to get back at you guys in the near future. So, alright, well, me and Fonzie here, I don't know if you can see him or not, he was sleeping the whole time. We thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Now, brown cow.
So I do this like warm up.